What's good? What's good? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Well, it's your boy Harlem, and I'm back again with another video, man. There's gonna be our there's gonna be our outlook, our market outlook for the coming week. I'm not sure what date it will be, but I'll have it on my description and on my heading. So this is your boy Harlem, and I'm back again with another video. There's gonna be an outlook, like I said. I guess and I pray that everybody is enjoying the festive season. I'm having a great one. I'm like solitude. Like I'm just on myself. I'm just by myself. I'm doing me all day, even right now. But like I'm in the crib. Everybody just went out. But I'm locked in the crib and I remember that like I have people that I've been like people looking up to me, people who expect the most from me and I don't disappoint them. I'm gonna just keep on putting in work. So it's gonna be an outlook, like I said, for the third time. Without further ado, man, let's just hop in for me. Let's just hop in. Let's just hop in and let's continue to trust the process. So looking, looking at the structure of the NAS, we can't tell that like we are in a downward move. We can't dispute that. We can't lie about that. We did share how we took a trade from this zone with the TP to the upside, and then price just struck to the upside. So all I can say is right now, it's because now price had a strong push to the downside. And if you can remember, we also have this type of support, this type of support zone, which we kind of like broke out. Price was trading above and was trading below the zone for getting this major resistance, right? So price, as soon as price broke out, all I can say is from the daily time frame, I'm expecting a what? A pullback or a retest of that zone in order for price to continue to the downside. So my trade idea right now is we wait for a pullback or exhaustion phase to continue bearish. Never mind this bullish, never mind the bullish one to continue bearish. So like I said, we had a break of our what? Of our intraday support zone. Prices closed below that very same zone to end the week. All I can say is we're waiting for a pullback or that retest for continuation to the downside. Looking at the hourly time frame, we can tell from the hourly time frame that like price was pushing to the downside till we printed out this low before me. We first had this lower low, then price had a lower high, came back for a lower low. Now we're having some type of lower high in the zone. So all I can say is because now price is kind of like having some potential correction or some potential wedge. All I can say is from this pattern that we see in correlation to what we expect price to do. All I can say is from this falling wedge, which we anticipating, from the falling wedge, from this falling wedge, which we anticipate to be looking at or to have seen right now, it's what I can kind of like, it's what I can only say is we're looking obviously for price to confirm this pattern by a pullback on exhaustion phase in order to look for continuation to the downside. So my hourly time frame is we have a potential wedge. We wait for a 4-hour direction. Like I say, once price has a pullback or that exhaustion phase or continuation to the downside, it will be confirmed that the hourly time frame is a falling wedge. We will correlate to what the falling wedge in order for price to continue to the downside. So my outlook for the NAS is we're only going to continue bearish, but we're looking for that hourly for the daily pullback or the daily retest of the zone which price broke in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. Looking at gold from the 4-hour. Okay, so like I said, I don't have a trade idea on gold. I don't have a trade idea on gold. What's happening on gold, I'm not happy with it. I don't want to make people lose sight of everything. So all I can say is I don't have a trade idea, but I see price trading on the zone. I see price trading right there, holding this zone as some type of support. So all I can say is because we're also having some type of bullish channel, all I can say is right now is if price fails to break out and breaks this two bullish channel and this intraday support, I would start looking for those continuations or those bear reversals to the downside. But if price pushes above again, I will anticipate those continuation to the upside. But either way, I don't have a trade idea on gold. So we move. Looking at German 30, So German 30, we also did anticipate that like price was having some type of falling, some type of rising wedge, right? Until price did what? Until price broke all the major zones which we were looking for price to break in order to confirm those continuation to the downside. Because now we're having this final zone. This is the last zone price broke out of. If we can expect price to pull back on it or for continuation to the downside, that will be my take. So all I can say is on German 30, on NAS, and on US 30, I'm gonna show it right now. Price is kind of like moving in that one direction, or it's kind of like having one move, either to the upside, or to the downside. So all I can say is it's kind of like in a correlation right now. You feel me? Like I also say, I'm expecting a retest of that zone in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. So looking at the hourly time frame, so looking at the hourly time frame, we can also tell that like we also are seeing some type of rising wedge. So we also are looking at some type of falling wedge right there. So this pattern and what we anticipate from high time frames, long as price has a pullback of that zone or an exhaustion phase, we'll look for what a continuation to what to the downside. So all I can say is, or my take is, or my trade idea is, from the 4 hour, we wait for a lower low or retest of support for a bearish continuation, like I say. And then the hourly is we have a potential falling wedge. We wait for what? For the 4 hour direction. So like we say, we're looking for a lower low or retest of that zone in anticipation of a continuation. We see a rising wedge. We see a falling wedge right there, anticipation of a what? Potential reversal pattern. So that's it on my take. I'm looking for continuations to the downside, but I'm also looking for price to do what? To trade the price action, because price action is key. Price action is strong. So I'm only looking for what? For price to do what? To continue with the price action we're looking at in anticipation of what we're looking for in order to take our continuation trades to the downside. So looking at US 30. So US 30, I can't explain that much, but all I can say is we have this intraday zone from the 4 hour. We have this intraday support zone right there. Your former price broke out. So all I can say is I'm expecting what, a pullback or for continuation to the downside, or if price breaks the lows, retest or another continuation to the downside. So from the hourly time frame, I also see a potential rising wedge right there. I also see a potential falling wedge right there. So all I can say is, like, we anticipate what? A pullback or a retest of that zone, anticipation of a continuation. That will be our take. That will be it. My trade idea is we wait for a retest of support or for price to create a lower low in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. The hourly time, my trade idea on the hourly is we wait for higher time frame direction or confirmation. Like I say, we're waiting for what? For the daily retest or that 4 hour retest in anticipation of a continuation to what? To the downside. That's it. Looking at USD CAD, USD CAD also. So USD CAD, it's also what? It's also a no-go zone. I don't have a trade idea. All I can say is I'm simply waiting for what? For price to either break the zone or to fail to break the zone. That will be my take. There's nothing else for me to do. There's nothing else for me to say. And I don't want to try and complicate you guys or make everything seem a little hard for y'all people. Looking at Tesla. So looking at Tesla, we can tell that like Tesla is continuing to the downside. Prices breaking lows. Prices breaking lows. Does go up on the Tesla, but a nigga stocks going down on the markets. I'm gonna say this forever until price has a potential reversal. So all I can say is price is kind of like breaking the lows and trading below the support. You understand me? There's nothing for me to say. There's nothing for me to do. I'm simply looking for what? For price to print out a lower low or to retest this zone in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. Looking at the hourly time frame, so we can also tell from the hourly time frame that like prices trading below zones which we're looking forward to trade above or to trade below like we anticipate. So all I can say is now, like I say, you form, like I say in my trade idea, we wait for what? For the pullback or break of lows to continue bearish. So all I can say is from the 4 hour, we were expecting a pullback or retest of that zone for continuation to the downside. But if price trades below the lows, we simply will do what? Have the continuation to the downside. That's my take on Tesla. My trade idea is we wait for that lower low or pullback for bearish direction. On the hourly is pullback or break of lows to continue bearish. Bitcoin. So there's nothing for me to say on Bitcoin. There's nothing for me to say. All I was saying is we're simply waiting for price to what? To break the zone, to trade above of it for continuation to the upside, or to trade below it for continuation to the downside. So there's nothing for me to say. There's nothing for me to do. But all I can do is, or all I'm going to do is to explain how I took this trade on Bitcoin the coming week. You understand me? The coming video which I'm going to upload will be about the trades which I took on crypto. So all I can say is price at a breakout and a break back in and a retest above for continuation to the downside. That's it. Long as price trades above this zone, trades below this zone, we continue bearish. Above, we continue bullish. Below, we continue bearish. Above, we continue bullish. That's it. Looking at Ethereum, same shit, same thing as Ethereum, right? Same thing as Ethereum. There's nothing different. There's nothing hectic. There's nothing new. I will share how I took this trade, but price at a breakout and a break back in and a close below of the zone in anticipation of a continuation to the downside. Because now we broke this major low, this intraday low. If we can expect price to retest over, we continue to the downside, that will be our take, that will be our signal. But either way, I'm simply looking for what? With price to trade above for continuation to the upside, below continuation to the downside, above continuation to the upside, below continuation to the downside. That's it. Looking at Litecoin, because a nigga lied to Litecoin, we kind of like at price trading above our resistance and holding this daily there was some type of daily resistance or daily support, I forgot. So price kind of like held that zone for a few weeks, for some time right now, until it broke back in. So I will also share how I took this trade on the NAS, how I took this trade on Litecoin, but there's nothing for me to say or do. But my trade idea is we continue bearish below this intraday resistance, because if you can remember this zone, there were zones which I had support, I had key level, and I had resistance. You understand? So if price trades below this zone, long as price trades below this zone, we continue bearish. That's my take. And I will share how I took this trade on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Last but not least, we have an oil. Oil, I also don't have a trade idea. I don't see anything at the moment. I don't understand anything at the moment. I won't force and try and explain or look for the quickest way to take a trade, because that will somehow or in some way fuck up my trade or fuck up my trading plans. So I don't have a trade idea until I get that hard time frame or that strong direction or confirmation, either to the upside or to the downside. I will go for it. But either way, I don't have a trade idea. So this is your boy Harlem. This is your boy Harlem. This is your boy Harlem. I'm so excited to make this video. If I don't upload this video right now, like as in like right now in about 10 p.m., I don't know what will happen to me or what will be going on with me. But that's all I got in this video. Don't want to make it too long. Don't want to make it too hard. Don't want to make it be a bit confusing. This is my first time uploading a video at night. There are more psychology videos coming. There are more psychology videos coming before we end this year or before we end this month. And I got y'all people, and I pray that you guys got me like I got y'all, and I know you guys do. That's all I got in this video, people. That's all I got in